It's so amazing. Hi, I'm Jen Elledge, sexual health expert and founder of the Talk Institute, here to help you talk to your kids about sex and growing up. Here with another book review. This book is for years 7 and up, is what's recommended. I'd say probably a lot of families might wait till 9 or 10 till they go through the entire book, but it's a fantastic book that reminds me a lot of the Talk series and what we cover. So this is written by Robbie Harris, and this is a collection actually of books from Robbie Harris. This is part of a collection. And let me just show you. It's not the stork, it's the first book. There's also a book review on that, and that's for four and up. And then you got It's So Amazing, it's for 7 and up. That's this book here. And then the next version, It's Perfectly Normal, is for 10 and up. And I didn't know this, but there are some other books here too that talk about who has what. So if you want to talk about the difference between bodies, what's in there, all about before you were born, who's in my family, all about families. Here's one about eating well and who we are and what's the same and being different. So fantastic series. This is a great author, and the illustrations are beautiful. And they also, you know, everything that they've done, what does it say here? It says, in response to requests from parents, educators, librarians, and health professionals for a book that would address a younger child's concerns, this is the book that they wrote here. So they consulted experts when they wrote this. So that's what's kind of great too. Okay, so let's take a peek. Let's see what's in here. It's so amazing. Okay, so here's the foreword here, a note to the reader. And here's the table of contents, so it might be kind of hard to see. Let's see there. Curious, embarrassed, confused. So how do babies really begin? How the egg and sperm get together? How we're the same and different growing up? What's inside, what's outside? The sperm trip, all of this stuff, okay? And then it talks about twins and babies. Keeping safe, it talks about touch. There's a little discussion on HIV and AIDS. What makes you you, chromosomes and genes. It's very thorough. It's really cool. It's a neat book. So let's take a look. Here it starts with the comic that's kind of Meet the Bird and the Bee, and it's kind of poking fun that it's a secret kind of thing to talk about that sex is. So they're kind of, you know, whispering in the library, and they're talking about how the egg and sperm get together, what they think happens. So it's kind of funny. And then it says, well, what really happens? Okay, so how do babies really begin? And this has a little explanation here. You may think that by now you already know, or that you should know exactly how a baby is made. But even if your mom or dad has talked to you about this, or even if you and your friends have talked about it, it's still perfectly normal to have questions about where babies come from. Talking with a parent, a doctor, a nurse, or a teacher is a good way to find out answers to your questions. So I think that's a great little message to send there. How the egg and sperm get together. Okay, what's the same and different? The bodies. So it's pretty much just saying that the genitals are different. Here's how grown-up bodies look. Right, and the stages of growing, how a human's body may grow. So it talks about puberty a little bit, what happens during puberty, all the changes for boys and girls, what's on the inside, what's on the outside. So here you can see the diagrams. Okay, so you can see a vulva here. It's, you know, it's pretty simple the way they did it. But, you know, sometimes I've seen books that have gotten criticized because of some of the diagrams they've used and stuff. So I'm not sure if this one has. I think it's great, a great picture of it, but some people might feel that it's not. What's inside, what's outside for the boy. So here you can see the boy parts. And I like that it shows the circumcised and uncircumcised penis. Okay, here's the egg journey. Egg trip, what happens. It has a little thing about periods here. The Amazing Sperm Trip. Okay, here's one. What's sex? So male, female, loving, making love, and making a baby are the topics they cover. So here's their explanation of sex, and here's their image for it. So you see two people kissing in bed with little hearts. It says, sex can be about other things too, like loving, caring, and touching. Sex can also be about making a baby. When a woman and a man want to make a baby, they hug and cuddle and kiss and feel very loving and get very close to each other. So close that the man's penis goes inside the woman's vagina. When this happens, it's called sexual intercourse. So that's how it explains sex. During sexual intercourse, millions of tiny sperm from the man's penis or flow from the man's penis into the woman's vagina. And if just one of those sperm meets and joins it together with an egg in one of the fallopian tubes, the beginning cells of a baby can start to grow. All right. Sexual intercourse may seem gross or nice, scary or funny, weird or cool, or even unbelievable to you. But when two people care for each other, sexual intercourse is very loving. Kids are much too young to have sexual intercourse. So it's another message they send there too, okay? All right, it talks about love. Sometimes you love, you know, well, I don't know. I thought it talks about friends and maybe, oh, here we go, your favorite stuffed animal. And then it kind of differentiates how that's different from making love. And, you know, it kind of talks about couples and stuff a little bit. Okay, the big race, sperm and egg meet. There's a good explanation of that. How the baby eats. How long until it's a baby. So here's some other animals too, and it tells you like how many months they're pregnant for. It's kind of a neat. Kids like learning about other things like that too. This is a really cool page. I like this page a lot. Every stage is its actual size, okay? Almost. Actually, this one is enlarged here, but the rest of them, it says, most of them are actual size. So you can see like really how big the baby is at certain stages of development. It's pretty cool. Okay, so some more about how the baby gets food and air. There's a lot about pregnancy in here, but the baby will stretch, punch, kick, hiccup, and burp. Here's how they, you know, check on the baby. Here's about twins and multiples. How the baby comes out, the birth, what makes you you. It talks about chromosomes and genes and other things too. And you know that the sperm determines the sex of the baby. And then it talks about different types of families. So if you have a different birth story for your child, maybe they're adopted or you know you had some assistance or something like that, this kind of addresses a few of those things. How people have babies sometimes or get their families together. This is a great section on keeping safe. Okay touches, not okay touches, right? And it's going to talk about that. Here's a quick thing on HIV and AIDS and fun with babies, birthday, and that's pretty much it. You know, it's got a lot in here, great pictures. It has a little humor, it has a little frankness to it. Great book to go check out your local library or to buy on Amazon. There is a link attached below if you're interested in getting it. I do get a small commission, very small, it's like a few cents, but you know, everything helps. And if you like this book, you should get it. All right, it's so amazing. See you in our next book review. Bye-bye.